Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. For anyone that's new here, my name's OwenAlec, and on this channel I do everything drum related. That includes drum covers, tutorials, gear reviews, plus tips and advice, just like this video. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, please do consider subscribing, hit the like button, all that good stuff, because it really does help the channel. Thank you very much. So today in this video, we're going to be doing a drum lesson for guitarists. Now, this seems to be a relatively common issue where guitarists are kind of struggling when they're doing demos or even writing a full song sort of thing. They're struggling to come up with drum parts that a drummer would actually write. And it seems to be a different language that guitarists and drummers are speaking. So I want to try in this video today to kind of bridge that gap, and hopefully by the time you've watched all of this, if you're a guitarist that is, you'll be able to understand the way a drummer might actually approach a whole song or a certain section. First off, I'd like to give a massive shout out and a thank you to Arun Kamath for helping me with this video, because I came up with the idea for it and I thought, well, what does a guitarist actually want to know? So he gave me a nice long list of things that he wanted me to answer, so that's hopefully what I'm going to do in this video. Now, the biggest grey area when it comes to this kind of thing is that, unfortunately, every song is different. Every section that you're going to be doing will be in some way different. Even choruses might have slightly different inflections. So simply put, everything that you're going to hear in this video today should be taken as guidelines, and then you're going to need to implement those into your own songs and then kind of change them as you go. So let me ask you, does this scenario sound familiar? You've got a riff. It sounds awesome. It's exactly what you're after. You may have put a bass line to it. You may even put other instruments to it, like piano or strings or whatever it might be. It's just missing drums. And even though you might have a beat in mind, you might have something, kind of a general idea floating on in your head, you still don't know how to formulate it as if an actual professional drummer was playing. So first off, we have to understand what a rhythm is. And essentially, it's sounds and silences that create a sense of movement within the music. This can be created with notes and rests. And within this, there's 5 key factors to take into consideration. First off is duration, the length of a sound, which can be short or long. Beat, a series of steady, continuous notes creating a pulse. Meter, the measurement of pulses between accented and unaccented portions of the pulse. Tempo, the speed at which the beats pass by. And rubato, the variation in tempo. All this put together can create an almost limitless amount of variations, allowing you to craft the perfect fit for your song. Hey guys, just a quick one to let you know that this video is sponsored by me. So for those who don't already know, I am in fact a studio session drummer. So if you're after real, authentic acoustic drums on your next record, I might just be the guy for you. All of the information that you're going to need can be found on my website, owenalec.co.uk. There you'll be able to find all of the information on the services that I provide, my portfolio and pricing. If you have any questions or you'd like some more information on my tailored service, please get in contact with me via my Instagram at OwenAlecDrumming. Thank you very much for watching. Now let's get back to the video. Now personally, I like to start with the snare drum, as for me it's the backbone of the rhythm and it can heavily dictate how everything else will slot into place. For example, if I was writing a pop song and I wanted a nice simple beat to go along with it, I'd be more than likely putting the snare on 3, like so. This allows then the kick to be on the 1, so. From there I can fill in the rest of the blank space with 8th notes on the hi-hat, like so. If, however, I was looking to do something a bit heavier, something a bit faster, like a metal song, then I'd be looking to put the snare on the 2nd count. 1. At this point, I would then try and decide on what the kick pattern is going to be. Typically, it would follow something that the guitars or bass are doing, but we'll touch on that more later on in this video. For now, we're just going to do steady, continuous 8th notes on the kicks. And then finally, we can either add those 8th notes that we were doing on the hi-hat before, on like an open hat, because we've now got our foot off the pedal, or we can do it with the right hand on the crash. Next, you want to pay very close attention to the bass and the guitar. That is assuming that you've got that far yet. If you haven't, that's fine. We'll cover that again later on in this video. Sometimes the bass and the guitar are already doing a very specific rhythm, and this is a great opportunity for the drums to follow suit and really reinforce that and make it even meatier. Alternatively, there is a more advanced thing where you can kind of create a counter rhythm, so something that's completely different, but also complements what they're doing. Like I say, that's a bit more advanced, so just for this example, we're going to stick with the easier option. For this example, I'm going to take an excerpt from my band Beyond Salvation's song, Dead to Me. This is from the very opening riff right at the start of the song, so pay attention to what the kick and what the guitars are doing. Nothing but dead to me! So not only were the kick drums playing the exact same rhythm as the guitars and bass, this is also known as playing in unison, but the hands were also creating a sense of stability in the timing so you knew where the pulse was. Now in theory that's all well and good, but how do we actually decide what beat is right for your song? Well, here's a few solutions to get you started and then you can kind of adapt things there to suit your needs. Use your favourite songs as a reference. So if you're writing something that was inspired by or sounds somewhat similar to a band or artist that you like, look closely at what kind of rhythm they use for that song or section, then use that as a starting guide. Watch drummers online and even maybe reach out. The internet has a plethora of incredible drummers who would be over the moon to share their expertise with you and give you some advice that might just nudge you in the right direction. Run your ideas by a drummer friend. If you're lucky enough to have a drummer in your life, you could have them listen over your ideas and get them to critique it. Use drum writing software. Things like Get Good Drums or Easy Drummer are wonderful tools that allow you to program in whatever beat you like and then change them how you see fit. A lot of them also have built-in beat presets that you can click and drag onto the track to get you started. Go for drum lessons yourself. What better way of getting into the mindset of a drummer than to become one yourself? Even just a couple of beginner lessons could easily give you the tools to start understanding how drum parts are formulated and how to build upon them yourself. Now, one of the biggest issues that I've heard guitarists talk about when it comes to writing drum parts is that they don't know whether or not they've written something that is physically, humanly possible for a drummer to play. I mean, I've been given demos before in the past where I'm listening through it and I would genuinely need an extra arm to be able to play these types of things. We're kind of hitting 3 and 4 or 5 things at once, which is just not feasible. Therefore, a great rule to keep in mind is that drummers are human. We have 2 arms, we have 2 legs. And if you're writing something where we're hitting 3 or 4 things on the top of the kit all at once, chances are it's not going to be possible to be played. So for example, I can hit 2 crashes and a kick drum at the same time. But trying to hit 2 crashes along with anything else is really just not going to be happening. So if I could try and hit the tom at the same time, but I have to hit the stick like this. It's just not really feasible to do. So try not to write anything where any more than 2 things are being hit at once. Same goes for the kick. There is literally no point in having 2 kick drums on top of each other. It doesn't make any sense. So if I was to hit 1 kick and hit 2 kicks at the same time, it really doesn't make any difference whatsoever. It sounds a bit weird, and you're more than likely going to run into like flamming issues where the timing is just going to sound really muddy. So it's just not worth doing. So you'll notice in this next excerpt that even though it sounds complicated, it sounds like I'm hitting a lot of notes all at once, I'm really not hitting any more than 2 on top at once. This is an excerpt from Beyond Salvation's Ghost Machine. Writing drum parts doesn't have to be daunting or complicated. Start off simple and work your way up from there. Most pop songs just have a straight beat going all the way through it, and then you might have a couple of different fills to kind of take you from one section to the next, like verse to chorus, chorus to middle 8. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing this in rock music either. I mean, look at AC/DC, they made an entire career out of it. That being said, if you're looking to write more complicated stuff, following the steps in this video will really give you a head start. I'll be doing a part 2 very soon where we'll be talking about ghost notes, dynamics, fills, adding interest, and maybe even writing a full song. I really hope you guys have got some value out of this. If you have, hit the like button and let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. If I've missed anything, if there's any other questions that you'd like to know, again, leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now, guys.